Hey y'all, so I was at the gym today and I was feeling a little grumpy because it was super packed. And I go to a really big popular gym. In fact, they're international, they're everywhere. But it's a huge gym and it was totally packed today. It was just, and I couldn't get on the machines that I wanted. And so I was like trying to figure out on the fly and I was in a hurry and it just kind of ticked me off. I was like, I still want to get my workout in, right? So as I'm thinking about all that and I was chatting about it with someone via text, and I was saying, oh man, I can't wait till I get my own gym someday. And they're like, I know, right? And then all of a sudden the Lord reminded me of a memory I had, 15 years ago when I was married. And I was married to an abusive guy. I was married for 15 years and we lived in a shithole. We lived in a crummy house, it was a hobby farm in the middle of nowhere. And we had a 100-year-old farmhouse and we had this big old barn. And in the big old barn, in the hayloft, is where I had some workout equipment. And it was horrible. We also had a really old, musty, cement kind of dirt floor basement where I also had some workout equipment. And there were snakes in there, and there were mice in there, and there were frogs in there. In fact, I remember working out one time, and as I'm working out, I had a machine and I was working out on it, and I remember thinking at the time when I saw all of them, I saw a snake and a mouse and a frog all at the same time, and I had to laugh because it didn't even faze me. I was like, good morning to the mouse, and it just dawned on me, I'm like, okay, either I'm crazy but it reminded me of the song All Creatures of Our God and King. It was hilarious between me and Jesus. But one time it was towards the end of my marriage, and I remember being up in the hayloft and climbing up there to go work out. And I was alone all the time, and I was super lonely, and I was super I didn't love my life anymore. It was depressing. And then when I went up there, there was a huge hole in the roof of our barn, and there would be these pigeons that would poop over everything, right? And even the places where I had like sheets covering, I would forget sometimes to cover, and there would be pigeon poop everywhere on the machines. And I remember kind of brushing it off one time and dreaming about being able to go to a gym, a real gym, and not having to deal with this anymore. And the Lord reminded me that yesterday's dreams are today's reality, and today's dreams are tomorrow's reality. So it should be an encouragement to us and to you that your dreams that you think you've been waiting for forever, and you think that the Lord's not hearing your prayer, and you're on kind of your last hope, and you're tired of praying, and you're tired of waiting for the spouse, you're tired of waiting for the job, you're tired of waiting for the house, you're tired of waiting for your children to turn to Christ, you're tired of waiting for all of the prayer requests that you've had, and you just feel hopeless. And the Lord wants to remind you that you are where you are, and that there are victories from yesterday to help encourage you, to push you forward, that God does fulfill our dreams and God does answer prayer. It may not come in the way what we think, it may not come when we think, but life is we are always praying for something. We are always wanting something else. We are always, because we live in a fallen world, the enemy is alive and well here. And until we get to heaven, we are always going to be in a place where we need the Lord, where we are in a place of faith, where we have to believe Him for something. So be encouraged that you are seeing this video, because God wants you to know that yesterday's dreams, you are living in that reality today. And your dreams from today, you will be living in tomorrow. They will be tomorrow's reality. And one more quick note is that when David was killing Goliath, or it was before he was going to kill Goliath, he reminded himself, in fact, he told the world and prophesied over his situation by saying, the Lord will help me kill you. The Lord will help me defeat you, because the Lord helped me defeat a lion and a bear, and he will definitely help me defeat you. And that is exactly what he did. He didn't look at his thought, at the giant and go, oh my gosh, I wonder if the Lord will help me this time. Or he didn't forget what God had done in the past. He brought it to the forefront. He spoke it and declared it and prophesied by saying, I have proof that the Lord does save his anointed, and the Lord does come through for us. And yesterday's dreams, yesterday's victories, we're living in those realities today. And our dreams and our challenges and our hopes to win the battles for today, they will be our reality tomorrow. We will be living in the victory, living in the manifestation of all those victories and dreams tomorrow. So be encouraged. The Lord wants you to know that yesterday's victories are today's manifestations and realities, and today's dreams are tomorrow's manifestations and realities, and they will come to pass.